Thanks, Sophie. Hello, you're watching Wales Today. I'm Nick Savini. The headlines. Don't buy your child a smartphone until they're 14. The plea from all teachers in one Welsh county as they try to bring their use under control.
We've got reports of students who are online at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. So the impact on their school day, the impact on their learning, the impact on their life chances is really fundamental.
So, is this a smart move by teachers in Monmouthshire, or are they overstepping the mark? Also tonight.
We're just moments away from kick-off. Defeat for Wales against France tonight, and their hopes will be all but over. Yes, the odds are stacked against them tonight, but they'll be backed by 1,800 fans and the players' families.
Nervous but so proud. I couldn't even look at Lily in the anthem because I could feel her looking at us. And if she had gone, we'd have gone.
We did.
You had a good cry.
I had a cry.
Yeah.
I'm even feeling it now, thinking about it.
And as Welsh Government ministers pump more than £200 million into Cardiff Airport, a legal challenge from Bristol Airport, who say it is unfair competition. Good evening. It's an uncompromising bit of advice, but if you're a parent in Monmouthshire, you are being urged by every teacher in the county not to buy your child a smartphone until they're at least 14. They say the devices are causing too many bullying and sleep problems, with some children on them until the early hours. Many schools have brought in their own rules banning smartphones. But this is thought to be the first time anywhere in the UK that all teachers in one county are issuing the same plea. Here's Will Fife.
Put your hand up if you've got access to a smartphone or an iPad or some kind of screen.
This year's 6th class have been debating smartphones. For the first time, teachers have been writing to all their parents, asking them to hold off buying one for their child until they get to at least year 10.
We've been finding a lot of evidence using balanced arguments, so like that 1 in 4 children have smartphones now, and 1 in 4 children have been cyberbullied in the school.
I have a smartphone. I used to go on it to just scroll and stuff, but after a while I got bored, and then I got bored not being on my smartphone.
Bye-bye phone. 24
Mum of 3, Emma, has been locking her own smartphone away at weekends. Her 12-year-old son, Monty, has been asking for one since before he started in year 7. But Emma is determined to keep up with the school's new advice.
He would be sitting there without a phone, and everybody else on the bus would be doing the journey with a phone. But actually, as time has gone on, he's been fine. He's made friends. I think if we can normalise children not having smartphones, then that can only be a really good thing.
At an open evening for new year 7s, parents were broadly welcoming of the plans, although most admitted they'd already given their children smartphones.
A lot of their friends already had the phones even at an early age. At home, they should be used under my supervision, and I know it will be a challenge. I know it's difficult to keep children from addiction.
He's always sort of been on one. It's kind of been implemented as like it's more of a calming thing in it, or like out of boredom and stuff like that. He doesn't want to like pull it out of his pocket every 5 minutes or something, you know. He can put it down and like just leave it there.
Teachers admit commenting on what parents do in their own home could upset some, but say they had little choice.
We have students who, on average, are spending 6, 7, 8 hours a day online outside school. We've got reports of students who are online at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. So the impact on their school day, the impact on their learning, the impact on their life chances is really fundamental.
Every school here has now committed to pushing parents away from buying smartphones for their younger children. And it's hoped the messaging will start to filter through come September.
Will Fife reporting there. So, Wales are a matter of minutes away now from their make-or-break second match of the Euros against France. Lose and they are all but out. Win or draw and it's a different story. So can they give themselves a chance? Let's go to Switzerland now and to Thomas, who is pitchside in St Gallen.
Yes, Nick, welcome to Arena St Gallen, where the atmosphere has just edged up a few notches. The players have been doing their warm-ups. They've now returned to the dressing room. They'll be emerging from that tunnel any second now. And to greet them will be 1,800 Wales fans. They're hoping to see their team deliver one of the best results in their history. Wales really need something from this game tonight.
No wonder they're sounding confident. France are overwhelming favourites tonight, while Wales fans have arrived too, with expectations tempered.
It'd be good to see them get a goal. Yeah, they deserved a goal on Saturday.
At least one well-wishing from a local that they hope we do well tonight against France. Not very optimistic, but yeah, they did all right.
Did he feel sorry for you?
I think so. I think that's the feeling I got.
All 23 players are fit and available to face a France side ranked 10th in the world, 20 places above Wales.
These are the games we want to play, and we want to really challenge ourselves against the best, and what better stage than on the biggest stage of them all to be here and play against a French team that's really in form at the minute.
And what about the families of the players? Mum Julie and grandmother Doreen are here to watch Lily Woodham.
It's hard to sum it up because you get a little bit of, we always get emotional, so a little bit of a dodgy tummy and sort of like, nervous but so proud. I couldn't even look at Lily in the anthem because I could feel her looking at us. And if she had gone, we'd have gone.
We did.
You had a good cry.
I had a cry.
Yeah,
I'm even filling up now thinking about it. I can't wait, you know. So
it's very emotional, isn't it?
It is, but I mean, she makes us so proud.
Yeah.
Oh, and she just, I didn't know very well. Oh, Lily, for goodness sakes.
Did well.
And she's buzzing.
Yeah.
Absolutely thoroughly enjoying themselves. All of them are. Met up with them and they're all determined.
Yes.
I don't care what
best.
the result is, as long as we put in a performance, and I'm sure they will. I know they will.
Fionn Morgan came on for the last 25 minutes of their opening game. A moment of pride for Dad Philip, while it was a bit too much for Mum Ruth.
I'm pretty chill about it all.
I'm awful.
she is awful. Tell them what happened with your Apple Watch.
So my Apple Watch started pinging. I'm thinking, what on earth is going on? I looked down and it was saying I had to relax because my heartbeat was over 120. And Fiona hadn't even come on at this point. So, yeah, and then when she does come on, then I'm always, nervous about, will she have a good game? First of all, will she come on? Will she have a good game? And then when she's on, then, oh my gosh, is she going to get injured? Is she going to score? I got all these things going through my mind. And yes, my heart goes 90 to the dozen.
4 or 5 years of age, she's kicking a ball in the back garden, and so it was my job after school to come and have her burn off her energy.
And so we did everything we could then. She'd come back and say, oh, there's this trial, or there's this trial, or this, Swansea City wanted me to see me, or whatever. And we would just do everything we could, really, to support what she wanted. And so, what is it? 20 years later, we're here in Switzerland watching her play in the Euros.
It is a formidable challenge facing Wales. They have never beaten France, but a draw tonight would keep alive their hopes in this tournament.
The fans would settle for a point tonight, which would ensure Wales would have something to play for in their final group game this weekend.
I've just been handed the team news. Out go goalkeeper Olivia Clark, Rhiannon Roberts, Heidi Ladd and Anna Kane. And in come in Safia Middleton Patel, Rachel Rowe, Kaylee Barton. And you saw her in my report there. Fionn Morgan, she starts. Something tells me that her mum's fancy watch will be bleeping and buzzing all game, Nick. More from me at 10:30. See you then.
OK, Thomas, thank you very much for that. A 50-year-old man and his nephew have been jailed for killing a man with a broken bottle after drinking and taking drugs. Paul Rosso was found guilty of murdering Joshua Norman in Swansea last September and sentenced to a minimum of 18 years in prison. His nephew Joshua Cullen, who's 32, was found guilty of manslaughter and sentenced to 8 years. The owners of a fire-damaged hotel in Blaenau Ffestiniog claim it was looted on Sunday night. The Queen's Hotel was severely damaged by fire on Saturday, leaving several people with nowhere to live. The owners say property was stolen from the building, even though it was still too dangerous to go inside. A police investigation is underway. Coney Beach Amusement Park, the fun fair at Porthcawl's Sandy Bay, is to close at the end of this season. In a statement today, the Evans family, who run the fair, confirmed that after more than 100 years it will be closing the gates for the final time in October. In 2023, the Welsh Government bought parts of land in the area for redevelopment. The Welsh Government is facing a legal challenge launched by Bristol Airport, which says its plan to subsidise Cardiff Airport by £205 million is unprecedented. Ministers want to spend the cash over 10 years to boost passenger numbers and improve facilities. But Bristol Airport says while it welcomes competition, it must be done on a level playing field. Well, our political editor, Gareth Lewis, is in the newsroom for us. So, Gareth, what more can you tell us?
Well, Nick, the Welsh Government say they'll defend themselves against this legal challenge. It's had a lot of money, Cardiff Airport, since it was bought by the Welsh Government back in 2013. Millions of pounds in grants and in loans, just shy of £180 million. On this new money, Bristol Airport said back in April that no other airport in the UK has ever received anything close to this level of public subsidy. Now, in the Senedd earlier, the Economy Minister, Rebecca Evans, confirmed that the Welsh Government would contest what Bristol is doing, said she was limited in what else she could say, but did say, reiterated from her point of view, the importance of the airport to the economy and to jobs. The Welsh Conservatives said that, look, the approach that the Welsh Government is taking to Cardiff Airport just isn't working and called on them to sell it.
And Gareth, you can tell us more about another story you've been across today, which is a difference of opinion at the Welsh Affairs Committee over national insurance contributions and more money for trains.
Yeah, watching this earlier, Nick, and Jo Stevens, Labour's Welsh Secretary, was asked by Llun Osmedi of Plaid Cymru what safeguards she would put in place for public services, with councils potentially facing cuts because of a £36 million shortfall in national insurance contributions for the public sector. Now, Jo Stevens says she didn't think there would be cuts. In fact, there'd be more money, not less. A record budget settlement for the Welsh Government, she said. Now, in there is something of a contradiction with regards to what her Labour colleague, the Finance Secretary in the Senedd, Mark Drakeford, said back in May, when he said that he was facing a £36 million black hole because money from the UK Government didn't fully add up to cover the cost of the national insurance rise. Speculation that there might have to be cuts because of that. On the trains, we knew it was coming. We've got the figure today, £200 million for Wales as a result of rail schemes in England. Up to the Welsh Government now to decide how to spend what is extra money for them, Nick.
OK, Gareth, thank you. Syrian asylum seekers living in Wales say a pause on their claims is leaving them in limbo as 7 months have passed since decisions were frozen. The UK government halted all cases after the fall of President Assad in December, saying the situation on the ground had changed. Now some Welsh charities have raised concerns about the impact it is having, as Erin Lister now reports.
Celebrations in Syria as news broke of Bashar al-Assad's downfall in December. But for some Syrians in the UK, what's followed is uncertainty, as the Home Office paused all decisions on asylum applications. Among those affected is Tuka Fatal. Originally from Syria, Tuka arrived in the UK from Turkey last September. She left her home in 2013 after her husband was arrested, tortured and later released.
It's a very difficult situation. We can't go back to Turkey. When you decided to leave Turkey, they will cancel your temporary protection card. And the situation in Syria is still very unsafe.
Tuka had hopes to begin a PhD in Exeter, but issues with funding meant she couldn't start on time. She turned instead to volunteering and training as an interpreter, but wishes it wasn't as hard to find work as an asylum seeker.
It's killing us, actually. We feel that we are dying slowly.
Across the UK, more than 7,000 Syrians are currently waiting for an initial asylum decision. Some argue that it would be pragmatic for the UK government to offer all Syrians greater protection during this uncertain period.
I think the fair and compassionate thing would have been to, for the government to grant people whose Syrian nationality they accept humanitarian protection. But it's essentially a form of leave that recognises that anyone would be at risk just because of the level of internal conflict.
In Wales, the Welsh Refugee Council says it's currently supporting 62 Syrians. The charity believes claims need to be looked at on a case-by-case basis.
We have to look always at sanctuary-seeking process in a different way. They're not only numbers, they are like stories in the past, they are dreams and hopes for the future.
A Home Office spokesperson said, "We know this is an unusual situation, but clearly the events of the last 7 months in Syria have changed the picture when it comes to asylum claims. We hope to resolve this issue in the near future once the basis on which we can take future asylum decisions is clear."
I believe that everyone wishes to go back to his or her own home eventually. I want my children to have like the basic rights that other children in the whole world having. I want them to feel safe.
For now, Tuka and her family remain in Wales, with hopes of the asylum process beginning again soon, so they can move on with their lives.
Right, just a few minutes to go now until Wales's make or break Euros game against France. Earlier we heard from fans in Switzerland, but there will be many of us watching from home, of course, and Ben Price is with some of them in Sarn near Bridgend. Ben, how's things?
Yes, thanks, Nick. Perfect timing, actually. We've just finished the Welsh national anthem. A very polite group has assembled behind me here at Sarn Social Club. Coity Chiefs skills team have arranged this watch party. There's popcorn, there are balloons, plenty of banners. And joining me are some of the club's members, including Scarlett. You play for Coity Chiefs. You're here tonight to watch the game. It's about to start. How do you feel?
Pretty nervous, but as long as the girls try their best and hopefully they can bring up the win, that's all I need.
And for a 15-year-old here with your teammates watching the game, Wales in their first major tournament, you know, how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel amazing to see the women's team make it through the Euros. Hopefully every year the women's make it through the Euros. Hopefully one year they'll win the Euros.
And here with me as well is Leanne. Leanne, you're one of the people who helped to run the club. You were actually out in Switzerland at the weekend for the Netherlands match. How was that for you?
Brilliant. It was one of the best days I've ever had. I'm part Dutch. I've always wanted to do the Orange Walk and to be a part of that as a Welsh fan, but also a little bit of Dutch. It was just phenomenal. It was brilliant. It's such a historic moment for Wales, for the women, for the girls in our club to look up to that. It's just something that they can aspire to and have the ambition and the passion to be there, just like our women are there now.
And it's about to get underway. A prediction for tonight?
Oh, I'm definitely going for the Wales win. I'm going to call it 2-1, I think.
And what about you, Scarlett?
Wales win 2-1.
Yes.
Oh, there we are. Plenty of confidence in the room. And I know the girls at the club want to send a message loud and clear, Nick, to those in Switzerland. There we go, plenty of passion here, Nick. Back to you in the studio.
Ben, thank you very much indeed. Let's hope they've got something to cheer about tonight. Right, let's get the very latest on the weather. Here's Derek with the details.
Hello, Shemai. Most of Wales, I think, will experience a heat wave over the next few days. This weekend is likely to be the hottest weekend of the year so far in Wales. Monmouth could well be one of the hot spots, with temperatures there soaring potentially as high as 33 Celsius. That's 91 Fahrenheit. Back to this evening, and it's a fine end to the day. Tonight will stay dry, plenty of clear sky, but some patches of low cloud, mist and fog as well. And a warmer, more humid night compared to last night. Lowest temperatures about 10 to 14 Celsius. Now, tomorrow, high pressure will be centred over Wales, and that means fine and settled weather. Now, some places will start off with low clouds and some mist, but that will gradually clear, leaving a fine day with plenty of summer sunshine. However, some low cloud may trouble parts of the north coast, Anglesey and Carnarvon Bay. Now, it will be a warmer day tomorrow, feeling humid as well. Top temperatures 26 to 30 Celsius, but some coasts will be a bit cooler with a breeze off the sea. Looking ahead to Friday, a few patches of low cloud in the west, otherwise dry, sunny, very warm or hot and humid as well, 32 to 33 Celsius possible in the southeast with light winds and sea breezes. Now, the heat wave will continue over the weekend with very high UV levels and very high grass pollen as well. Expect some uncomfortable nights for sleeping. Next week, the heat wave will come to an end, turning fresher but staying warm and more changeable. That's the latest forecast.
What a weekend ahead. Look at those temperatures. That is Wales Today. I'll be back after the 10 o'clock news with all the details of the Wales match, of course. I hope you can join me then. Until then, thanks for watching tonight. Have a good evening.